Welcome to the Center for Teaching and Learning's demonstration video. This video will highlight CISD best practices, pacing and sequencing, and frequent checks for understanding as demonstrated by David Maddox.
Today we're going to be using our knowledge of persuasion, what we've learned the past couple weeks, to begin creating a persuasive ad.
Notice the way the teacher narrows the look force prior to showing a video related to the lesson. Mr. Maddox does this in effort to establish a purpose for the learning activity.
I'm going to show you an ad real quick. So what I want you to do as you watch it, I want you to look for the implicit message in the ad.
After watching the video, students complete a Think and Ink quick write in which they use the process of writing to organize their thoughts about a given topic.
Real quick, for about 90 seconds, I want you to write down what do you think the implicit message of that ad was, and why do you think it is respected? Why do you think people think it's one of the better ads?
After students think and ink, Mr. Maddox invites them to share their responses with group members.
Okay, go ahead and turn now and talk to your group and share your different ideas about what you think the implicit message was and why it's respected. Go ahead and talk.
Mr. Maddox is utilizing cooperative groups for today's learning objective. Prior to releasing groups to cooperative work, Mr. Maddox asked group members to assign group roles.
In your group, every group needs to have a leader. The leader is going to be keeping the group on task and getting the discussion going. So whenever I ask y'all to talk about something or do something, this person will be responsible for making sure it gets done. Also, I'm going to need a scribe. I just handed out a paper to each group.
Notice the way Mr. Maddox releases responsibility to students. Providing both oral and visual directions ensures better task commitment and adherence to learning outcomes.
How about one of y'all look up like the cost right now, and then one of y'all can look up like the perks.
Mr. Maddox pauses the learning activity to complete a quick check of student progress.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm just going to check up on you guys real quick. I'm going to call out some questions. Can y'all think of any persuasive technique that you would use for a PlayStation 4?
Through random calling and scaffolded questions designed to probe and challenge thinking, Mr. Maddox reinforces learning goals and informally assesses student understanding.
Okay, why do you say bandwagon, Preston?
It's because everybody would like it and more people would come in there so that you could buy it.
Plus, what kind of age group is usually playing the PS4?
Teenagers.
Right, and bandwagon is more likely to work on them than maybe someone that's like older and has already picked the things they like. Which of the appeals? Appeal to vanity. Why? What is appeal to vanity again? All right, I was just checking in with you guys real quick. I'm going to give you about 3 more minutes to fill out those boxes, and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
Notice the way Mr. Maddox assesses and advances thinking through the use of Socratic questioning. If a student provides a correct response, Mr. Maddox follows up with an advancing question designed to determine the depth of a student's thinking and eliminate guessing.
There's a term that we talked about last week called intended audience. Lilith, do you remember what intended audience is? What does that mean?
It's the people or the group that the product is trying to grab attention for or trying to...
Right, who you're trying to reach. So can you think of an example of an intended audience?
Like how they do proactive smoking and do for teen girls who want their face to be clean.
Who is y'all's intended audience?
Those
Yes, sorry, yeah.
teenagers,
Why do you think the hoverboard would go with teenagers?
Because teenagers like new things that they can ride. They never seen something like that before.
Right, perfect. It's new, it's exciting. Teenagers like to try new things. Good answer, Jasmine.